Okay, so let's talk about and demonstrate all the vocabulary words that we started with. First, we have plie. So plie, in order to do a plie, plie means to bend. So in ballet, we bend our knees. So everybody stand up, first position, heels together, toes apart. Plie means to bend. So when you're doing your quiz trade, you not only have to say the definition, but you have to show it. So plie means bend, plie means bend. So with plie, we usually, in ballet, we have two vocabulary words that go with plie. We have demi and grande. As we learned, demi means half, grande means big or large. So in a plie, these are two that you don't have to demonstrate, but in a plie, if you say you want a demi plie, it means you want a half plie. If you want a grande plie, you want a bigger or a larger plie. Grande can be used in other different like dance steps in ballet as well. So we have plie, demi, and grande. Now we have tendu. Tendu means to stretch. So we're stretching our foot out as far as we can. So we stretch and close. This is a tendu. You can do tendus front, side, or back, but we're just gonna stick with front or side. So when you go around for your quiz trade, you can say, someone quizzes you and says tendu. You're gonna show, you're gonna say the definition, which means to stretch, and you're going to do your tendu. Now, dégagé means disengage. So dégagé is a disengaged. Tendu meaning we let go or lift up off the floor. So we dégagé. So we stretch all the way out, lift our foot up. So that is dégagé. Rond de jambe means around the leg. So to go around the leg, we're gonna draw the letter D on the floor with our foot. So we do the top part of the D, go around to make the belly, and then we close back into first. Every time we finish all these steps, we come back to first. So rond de jambe is going around the leg, pretending like we're drawing the letter D on the floor. Fondu means to melt or sinking down. So with fondu, you're going to bend your leg and melt and lift up one foot. So fondu means sinking down or melting, sinking down or melting. From fondu, we have frappe. Frappe means to strike, like we said. So with a frappe, you're gonna start with your foot in front of your leg turned out, and you're going to strike out. So we're gonna do that same like dégagé type movement. It's at the same level as the dégagé, but we're striking out and in, out and in. That is a frappe. A battement means beating, and that's the action that your leg does when you come down from a kick. So a battement is a kick, but the battement reference is to the coming in part of your kick where you're beating your leg. So for a battement, we kick up and come down, up and down. And this is the beating part when your legs beat together, when they like meet at the bottom. From there we have, things we don't have to demonstrate. Adagio, we talked about means slow. We're gonna move down to the bottom, or number 15, which is échappé, which means escaping. So for échappé, we escape our feet and we just jump them apart. Échappé is going from a closed position, so like first because our heels are touching, fifth position because our heels and toes are touching, to an open position, which is like a second position or a fourth position. So for escape, we're going to jump out into second, or from fifth, you can jump into fourth, or fifth to second. So escaping is when you jump your feet away from each other and your feet are escaping one another. We have passe. Passe means to pass. So for passe, you want to lift up, and we pass the knee to come back down. So we go up, pass the knee, come back down. Passe and lower, passe and lower. We have releve, which means to rise. So from any ballet position, you rise up onto the balls of your feet. So releve means rise, and you're gonna rise up. These are all the ones that you need to demonstrate when you do quiz trade. We have coupe, which means to cut. A coupe position is when you connect your toe to the front of your shin, or you're connecting your heel to the back of your leg. So coupe could be done either way, and you're like cutting and slicing in the air. And then saute, which is the last one, means to jump. Saute. And we can saute in any position, but it just means jumping. So those are the ones that you have to demonstrate. I think the last one that you have to demonstrate is changement, which means changing feet. And if you're in fifth position, you're gonna change your feet from front to back. So we have fifth position, you're just changing your feet, changing your feet, changing your feet. So yes, going over the rest of them. We had allegro, which means brisk and lively. Adagio, which meant slow. Don't have to demonstrate either of those. Glissade means to glide. We're not going to demonstrate that one. You had échappé, which is good. Susu is over under, which we did the definition of that. And that just means that you're squeezing your feet together and one is over the other. You won't have to demonstrate that one. Devant means front. So if I ask you to do a tendu devant, I'm asking you to do a tendu to the front. Or a tendu derrière means I want you to do a tendu to the back. So those are the French terms for front and back. We had en dedans and en dehors, which are directional turns, turning inside or outside. And then en l'air means in the air, and piqué, which means to prick. So those are the ones that we went over in the beginning are the ones that you have to demonstrate when you do quiz, quiz, trade. The other ones you'll just have to define. Now there are two types of cards. You have second position where they give you the body positions, and then you have these that have the big word at the top and then the definition at the bottom. So when you're doing quiz, quiz, trade, you want to cover up the ones with the body positions so that the partner can't see. You say second position, they have to show you second position and your answer's on the back. Now for this one, the answer and the question are on the front. So you're gonna read the bigger bolded word on top. So my bigger word here is PK, and the word at the bottom in smaller font is the definition. So you wanna cover that up. And you wanna tell them PK. And if they don't have to define it, they will say it's to prick. If we haven't learned how to do it, you will just continue to move on. So make sure you're trading cards with your quiz, quiz, trade. You're gonna start with the stand up, hand up, pair up. You quiz your partner, you trade cards, you find a new partner. You can go to the same partner multiple times because everybody will be trading cards and you don't know what card they have. So please make sure that you are studying because this is gonna be your only opportunity to study for your ballet vocabulary test. So please don't mess around today. Focus so that you do well on your test tomorrow.